Alright. Hello everyone and now welcome to a game between Colorful versus ERling or 120. This game taking place here on Last Refuge. On the bottom left hand side of the map we have Colorful spawning as the red night elf going up against 120 who has spawned as the blue undead. Undead versus night elf in a 1v1 matchup. I am gonna speed things up just a little bit. Hopefully maybe I'll be able to actually get in more than one cast today. So if you guys wonder why I speed things up, it's to save my time and I guess a bit of yours too. We are looking at an Ancient of War and a Keeper of the Grove going up against a Death Knight with some ghouls and eventual transition into Crypt Fiends most likely, as we are just now about to hit the 2-minute mark. Death Knight will be making its rounds out. Ancient of War already doing that Ancient of War creep as it does, as the Keeper of the Grove gonna go ahead and engage here. Troll Trapper will get taken down. There it goes. Meanwhile, Ogre Warrior also gonna get taken down as well. Claws of Attack +5 picked up, and that Ancient of War, well, just gonna continue to eat some trees and enjoy its life. What's going to be happening on the other end of the map? Acolyte, well, aggroing the creeps already. There is some blight, and we are looking at a potential expansion attempt. Death Coil onto that Ogre Magi to try to add up that damage. Are we going to be looking at some detonations? We could be looking at detonation, and oh, a perfect detonation there to deny any chance of a ziggurat coming into position. Keeper of the Grove still seeing that level 1, looking to finish off, get some damage onto some of these units, and the Acolyte, if it wants to try and build an expansion, will end up having to haunt the gold mine first to get some blight. There is an additional sacrificial soul by 120, but he hasn't used it as of yet. As another wisp was brought into the battle, there was a second detonation, I believe. So 2 wisps there to try and deny this expansion attempt. Death Knight, while trying to retreat back here, a couple of ghouls running defense onto that Keeper of the Grove. More ghouls running defense here as we see a little bit of blocking out. Keeper of the Grove now being forced to retreat back, still sitting at level 1, meaning no entangle whatsoever.
A player's forces are under attack.
Now, I'm seeing a lot more ghouls than I expected coming in from 120 at this point in stage in the game. We are looking at more ghouls still being trained. And what this could mean is some sort of ghoul aggression right now, or right as the Death Knight gets to level 3. And once the Death Knight gets to level 3, there is, well, much more potential nuking power with that Death Coil. Also, with that Unholy Aura, the ghouls are now moving out across the map at a much quicker speed as well. Where is the Death Knight traveling to with all of these units? And is it looking to perhaps try and shut down an expansion, an attempt that isn't even being attempted yet? Keeper of the Grove now retreating back here, does have some sentry wards. We'll keep track of whether or not there is an expansion over here to the top left. Meanwhile, Death Knight looking to, well, see what it can actually do, and looking to perhaps go after this Mud Golem creep and placing Blight down here. I don't know if that was, I have to assume it was deliberate, and just perhaps for a little bit of a better regeneration. You can see the ghouls are regenerating better because they are on Blight, as you see a couple of Death Coils go down as well. Alright, I guess it was taking up an item slot anyways, and by doing something like this, oh, low hit point ghoul, is it going to be able to back away? Yes, it will be able to do exactly that. Gets up to level 3, and is it going to try and Death Coil anymore? No, it is not. Just picking up the Rune Bracers and now heading back out. Those Rune Bracers represent a lot of additional health for the hero that is holding it, especially against Undead. Undead really known for Death Coil, Frost Nova, and all of the hero nuking potential, as the Death Knight picks up a Wand of Illusion, and well, looking to finish off the remainder of this Forest Troll Trapper creep camp. Keeper of the Grove is seeing that level 3. Are we going to be getting in any Death Coils? Yes, we are, or not Death Coils. There's a quick Entangle there. Level 2 Entangle to shut down ghouls, and that ghoul is pretty much dead out of the gates. So much damage hanging right there. Down to 73. 1 more or 2 more ticks should be enough. There it goes, finally getting taken down. Death Knight now continuing to escape back here. Illusion perhaps giving it a little bit of extra wiggle room to try and escape. Keeper of the Grove Huntress is looking to put pressure over here at what I will call the 6 o'clock position. looking to clear out of this creep camp and place down this tree of life. We are looking at the Lich now being trained and
Players'
checking the tier
forces are
2
under
with
attack.
that slaughterhouse right behind it. Meanwhile, we should be looking at Ancients of Lore, and we are getting that Demon Hunter second. That Demon Hunter second will be looking to perhaps get to level 3 quickly and then
Town is under
get
siege.
online with a bunch of mana burns. Meanwhile, these huntresses are going to be staying close to the expansion, hoping to be able to get this expansion up and while guarding it. Meanwhile, we still don't see an expansion coming in from 120 off to the north. It looks like 120 is going to be sitting on one base play for a little bit longer. Meanwhile, Colorful looking
A
to set
player's
up this
forces
expansion
are
here,
under
but
attack.
all of this is being scouted out. Death Knight, a Lich, Demon Hunter. Are we going to see a little bit more damage here? Keeper of the Grove trying to escape away. Lich could try and go for another Frost Nova, but there isn't a big follow-up attack right there. Keeper of the Grove could have some bad news. One more shot could be enough. And yes, Scroll of Town Portal forced right there. Scroll of Town Portal has saved the Keeper of the Grove. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter is out onto the border doing a bit of creeping himself. And, well, both the Death Knight and the Lich are now low
A
on
player's
mana.
forces are under
Obsidian
attack.
statues will be trained up here, and both of the Obsidian statues are going to be, well, providing hit points and mana for the Death Knight and that Lich. Crypt Fiends are out and about. Is there just a large number of ghouls? Where is all of that supply? There it is, 10 supply in ghouls now coming over to go after some of these ghouls right here. Keeper of the Grove is already healed back up to full, and we could be going into a little bit of an engagement here. Keeper of the Grove going to try and push on through Demon Hunter. Where is it going? Keeper of the Grove taking a little bit more damage than perhaps
Players'
he
forces are
suspected
under
he would,
attack.
as we're looking at a slight engagement by this Lich down here. Lich absorbing a bit of damage. Not quite sure why it's still sticking around in this fight here. Circuit of Nobility on that Lich. Lich really wants to get up to level 2. Frost Armor going to be a very big deal as well, as we're looking at this creep camp getting, well, cleared up now. Demon Hunter does get to level 2. Will be teching Evasion most likely, as the Keeper of the Grove just keeping that Lich and that Death Knight in check. Orb of Corruption, a sudden power spike, negative armor, and then the follow-up damage. Just so powerful there. We are looking at a one Ancient of War. Is it just going to get surrounded and attacked? Yeah, no reason not to take down this Ancient of War in this position here. Death Knight could be coming back over as we see a Goblin Tinker as the third hero. 120 Goblin Tinker for the third hero. A great follow-up, as normally the Undead army doesn't have easy access or easy ways to damage buildings. The Goblin Tinker shores that up there, as we're looking at an Ancient of Wonders being placed down. Keeper of the Grove here. Ancient of Wonders will have the added benefit of clearing out some of this blight here, as we're looking at a slight engagement coming back across. Ancient of, we're going to try and fight here. Obsidian statues are coming back over, and we are looking at Obsidian statues continue to heal. Mana burn onto the Death Knight. Death Knight losing quite a bit of or losing 50 mana so far, as a big Frost Nova goes down across multiple units. We could be looking at another mana burn. There's Scroll of the Beast, and 120 really putting in the pressure with these consumable items. Low hit point units, level 2 on that Lich right now, turning back around. Could try and go for a big Frost Nova or something as well to try and slow things up, but there are just so many Dryads and not enough Crypt Fiends. Only 2 Crypt Fiends in the very far back. Death Knight continuing to try and heal. There's another mana burn right there. Once more, Goblin Tinker throwing down another Pocket Factory. Still, as the Obsidian statues are trying to put pressure onto the buildings, really not engaging against the army all that much. Lich taking quite a bit of damage. Death Knight not death coiling that Lich, perhaps off to the north, getting low on hit points. Needs to be aware. There's that death coil fighting the Lich here, as we're looking at a low, what is that low hit point unit? It looks like it could just be a trench, or no, a low hit point burrowed Crypt Fiend, as we're still trying to fight their way through. Mana burn Frost Nova there, as there's so much mana being provided by those Obsidian statues. Another Huntress going to get taken down, but with no Crypt Fiends, again, I repeat, those Dryads are just able to play that distance game, continuing to just go back and forth again and again. All right, we're looking at a slight engagement here. It was so much damage and so much magic damage potential. However, there's a Frost Nova on the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter getting low on hit points. Ghoul is getting retreated back. We could be seeing level 3 on that Demon Hunter here in just a second. So many low hit point ghouls. How are they still alive? Level 4 now on the Keeper of the Grove. Level 3 now on the Demon Hunter. And now is the time to try and retreat.
player's forces
Crypt
are
Fiend
under attack.
having a little bit of a bad day, or well, units having a little bit of a bad day right now, trying to engage back and forth. More mana burns coming back across. Death Knight now making its way back off to the north again as the Goblin Tinker and the Death Knight sitting at 53 hit points, somehow still alive. Goblin Tinker does get taken down though. Lich, the only hero that has any reason to be in this fight, as the Dryads are just slowly picking apart all of the units. Colorful now with a commanding lead, has 2 bases up and running.
A player's
The
forces are
blight
under
is,
attack.
I guess it's still there because it was applied by the sacrificial skull and not a building. Otherwise, a building would normally be able to block that back off there. Ogre Lord taking a little bit of damage. Gonna try to finish things off. One destroyer here, perhaps gonna try and devour magic. Death Knight, Lich, Death Coil gonna try and finish that off. Level 2 as we see a hood of cunning, agility, and intelligence. Perhaps that can be given to the Lich for a little bit faster attack speed and a little bit of extra damage. As we're looking at the destroyers, well, trying to heal up, playing a dangerous game. The Death Knight at 210 hit points. Demon Hunter doesn't actually make its way over there, but the Death Knight does have a potion of lesser invulnerability if push comes to shove. Forest Troll Berserker gonna get cleared up here. Acolyte will be able to haunt this gold mine here. Dryads, well, burrowed Crypt Fiend's gonna go into a slight engagement here. Mana Burn, Frost Nova onto that Demon Hunter, but the mass Dryad army gonna be able to easily handle this here. Lich gonna try and put pressure, gonna finish off those Dryads pretty easily as well. One Crypt Fiend getting taken down. There's another burrow, Dust of Appearance, as another Crypt Fiend gets taken down. Death Knight is in a very tough spot here, trying to fight its way through. Where is he gonna try and go? Death Knight now down to 162, gonna turn back around and, well, perhaps use a potion of lesser invulnerability. Is it? Well, yep, using that potion of lesser invulnerability right until the very end, as that Demon Hunter may now be in trouble. Staff of Preservation is on the Keeper of the Grove, and we all saw that coming pretty much a mile away. Death Knight with no Death Coil Destroyer trying to devour that magic, unable to do exactly that, as the units are now retreating back. And Dryads, are they going to scout out to this haunted gold mine? No, they do not.
Forces are under attack.
Units are trying to regroup. 120 having a very small, or having a comparable size army, but not going to be able to stay alive. Are we going to see a Death Coil on that Destroyer? No, we are not. Death Knight constantly low on mana, burrowing that Crypt Fiend again, as we see a Dust of Appearance being used once more. Demon Hunter going to be coming back around. There's a mana burn there. Are we going to see some more damage? Lich trying to go after the Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove going to fall at level 4, and somehow the Death Knight escapes out the other way. Lich, well, a Dispel Magic once more. Units are trying to retreat back, but the Keeper of the Grove falling at level 4. A very big deal indeed. Staff of Teleportation getting cancelled. Not quite sure what that was about, as it could have just walked on away. All right. What the heck? I thought I removed those. All right. Yeah, 120 and... yeah. All right, coming back through. Lich actually getting body blocked quite a bit, down to 52 hit points. There's another mana burn. There is the mana burn and no Death Coil. Death Knight unable to save the hero. Abominations are now out onto the battlefield, and this is where Abominations may actually start to well, add in more damage onto the Dryads here. All right, Abominations with that Disease Cloud really add a lot of damage to these low hit point units, and you can see even at Nightfall, with where they have double regeneration, they are still taking this damage. So hit and run tactics just become that much more damaging. Abominations a natural better counter to those units, as the Abomination, well, going into that front line to absorb a bit of damage here. Goblin Tinker will get up to level 2, but the Night Elf army is already on its way up here. All right, going to go into an engagement here. Are we going to see an Abomination? One more attack there to try and get that a bit of experience, as the units are now looking to back away. Acolytes are, well, looking to repair as well. And one Abomination with Disease Cloud could theoretically do like 1,000 points of damage across all of these units, all of these Dryads, if the Disease Cloud is spread across multiple units here, as we're looking at this battle go down. All right, Death Knight still does not have enough mana for Death Coils. That has been a constant problem. Death Knight could get mana burned again, trying to squeeze on through and able to back away. Goblin Tinker getting mana burned again. No, thank you for the follow. No no pocket factories or anything of that nature, as the Death Knight could try and get a Death Coil off. Not going to be enough, just a little bit shy. Going to add in a little bit of the damage, and wow, perfect timing from 120, calculating the hero resistance as well. An Abomination going to get finished off here, but the Crypt Fiends could add in more damage as well. No negative armor though, and that Dryad looks like it will be able to escape. Look at all of this damage across these Dryads. Yeah, it's just going to slowly take more and more damage. Demon Hunter is going to get resurrected. Crypt Fiend should be able to focus down some units. Scroll of Healing used by the Demon Hunter. Perfect timing to try and save some back of those units, as the Lich is now back out onto the battlefield. Crypt Fiend trying to back away. The Lich now back out onto the battlefield here. Doesn't have enough mana for a Frost Nova as of yet, but the Lich should really look to re-engage here. Mass Dryad army by Colorful, but this Mass Dryad are added, Orb of Corruption, and also Abominations are added. Well, Colorful will find that in a battle of attrition, it generally starts to lose out.
A player's forces are under
Acolytes
attack.
are starting to mine at the location here. 120 doesn't have, only has 3 Obsidian statues and nothing else, and a handful of Crypt Fiends. I don't see any additional army units. 44 supply compared to Colorful's 42. The army, well, the worker count much higher for the Night Elf, as well, 21 Wisps versus 11 Acolytes, and we're also only looking at 2 Ghouls on Lumber, but still being able to harvest pretty consistently. Now, we are getting up this Abomination that I expected to be replaced a long time ago. Dryads now needing to get healed up, taking much of the rejuvenation, as Bears are now going to be in that frontline location. Colorful is going for some Goblin Sappers, so Sappers could really add up that damage too. All right, going to be going into an engagement here. Lich gets... And it looks like Lich got mana burn for 92 mana, but that doesn't quite make sense since it does have more mana there. All right, we're going to see it, or it could have been mana burn onto another hero. There's a Death Coil or a Frost Nova there onto more units. Destroyers could end up devouring more magic right there, and then getting in some big experience as well. Abomination looking to get into that front line spot. The Death Knight needs mana, and well, in order to bolster those Abominations and perhaps try and start putting pressure onto some of these units, getting a Frost Nova on or a Death Coil onto the Bears while they're still in Druid form represents a larger amount of damage, as they only have 580 hit points while in Druid form. Thereby, well, if you take away 200 hit points there, and then they transform, things go sideways a bit more quickly. Are we going to get some Devour Magic? Yes, we are. Demon Hunter no longer getting healed up, staying steady at 690. Orb of Venom on the Keeper of the Grove, and the Demon Hunter now very close to level 5 as well. More rejuvenation, Staff of Teleportation, where are the units perhaps trying to travel off to? Goblin Tinker going back, picking up Scrolls of Healing. More Crypt Fiends going to be joining in on the battle here, as we could be looking into a fight onto perhaps this high ground location. Where is the Sapper? The Sapper is still hiding off here. Not quite sure what it's doing. We'll have to try and keep eyes on that in that fight, as we're looking at another mana burn go through here. All right. A little bit of damage. Could be looking at another Frost Nova. There's a little bit negative armor. There's going to be there is a mana burn and a Frost Nova, and now some Abomination body blocking. That Demon Hunter getting sent all the way back home, as we're looking at the Goblin Tinker, getting ready to put pressure here. Tree of Life showing signs of damage. Destroyer is going to go ahead and devour some magic here, and the Destroyers are perfect counters to the Bears already. Crypt Fiends are going to be in position, and one Abomination with Disease Cloud. It should be diving on into this fight if it can get to that back line of Dryads. We are looking still. Goblin Sapper here, Ankh of Reincarnation is on the Tinker, and it looks as though the Lich wants to try and just get to level 4 here, if possible, trying to get this creep camp, get level 3 on the Tinker, level 4 here, as the units are going back and forth. It's going to take some damage. But still don't want to go too far into that one way in, one way out situation and scenario. Goblin Tinker getting to get into harm's way. Another Staff of Preservation, as the Demon Hunter quickly dropped down to about 350 hit points. Units are going to engage here. Without the Demon Hunter in the front line, they seem to have a little bit of extra life trying to go for them, putting in pressure and, well, forcing the back up again. Top left-hand side of the map, Colorful taking his opponent's natural expansion location. And if he can do that while 120 is distracted at his own expansion, well, things are going to go from bad to worse. 120 going to make miscalculations, thinking that economically speaking, he is okay when he is in fact not. We are getting web as well for those crypt fiends to pull down those hippogriffs who are looking on the hunt for the destroyers. Currently only 2 destroyers in the air, and that is currently it. Obsidian statues getting some damage here. All right, there's gargantuan sea turtles. I don't think there's actually anything that can. Oh, yeah, I don't think there's anything that can actually attack the destroyers. So the destroyers could get in some easy damage and get in some easy experience. All right, Demon Hunter, Keeper of the Grove, looking to venture forth. Demon Hunter sitting at level 4, very close to level 5. We're going to see some Devour Magic. Yes, we are. Some more Devour Magic right there as we're looking still at the units making their way back off. We are looking at the Acolyte actually finding and spotting this expansion here in Colorful, now feeling strong enough to actually go into tier or go into high upkeep. This expansion, however, may end up getting destroyed. Level 4 now on the Lich. Goblin Tinker following up behind, very close to level 3, may get to level 3 off of the Tree of Life here, as the Colorful is going to lose his Nature's Blessing upgrade as well. No Scroll of Town Portal possible, no Necropolis here, as the bears are just going to town and destroying so much here. Haunted Goldmine, however, not taking down. Goblin Sappers taking down the Tomb of Relics, or not Tomb, Tomb of Relics, taking that down, and perhaps we should be getting some repairs on that Nerubian Tower as well. All right, Pocket Factory still representing a bit of damage here, trying to finish off some of those units. It is now 2 bases to 1 after 2 bases to 1. No, 1 base to 1 now. This expansion gone. Main gold mine is gone. Nature's Blessing, is it being researched? No, it is not. Not able to even make its way over. Perhaps one colorful Nature's Blessing, but that's going to be a long walk indeed. 120. Now making a quick play over here. Colorful, will he be able to defend? I don't. Well, he's coming in from behind right here. In comes the Dryads. And are they going to be able to represent a large enough damage as the Hippogriffs with very big damage? There's a couple of webs. There's some Devour Magic as they're now trying to retreat back. A couple more webs could bring down more of those units. A big Frost Nova being brought down as well, as we're looking at an engagement here. Goblin Tinker actually a bit too far. Mana burn onto the Death Knight. Death Knight losing a lot of mana there, level 3, as we're still engaging back and forth. Hippogriffs, well, trying to go after those destroyers, but the web from the Crypt Fiends stopping them in their tracks quite a bit. One destroyer could get taken down. There goes one, as we are still in a massive retreat back. Goblin Tinker about to fall down to 81 hit points, trying to retreat back again. There goes another Frost Nova. Goblin Tinker somehow staying alive, as the Abominations, spreading a little bit of disease cloud, but not hitting all of those Dryads as it really needs to. Goblin Tinker somehow still alive after all this time. We're looking at more destroyers going up into the air, and all of the Hippogriffs are now gone, giving way for the destroyers to take down some of those bears. Burrowing on those Crypt Fiends, more mana burn onto the Goblin Tinker. Units are still retreating back. One bear looks like it will get taken down, and bear after bear should start to fall now that, well, the Undead feels confident enough to try and hold this line here. Lich going to turn back around. Scroll of Town Portal. Lich could be in trouble. No, Potion of Lesser Invulnerability just in time, as another destroyer finishes off a bear right there. Scroll of Town Portal back, only to move about 6 or 7, not very far at all. Moving back maybe 100 feet retreat, and that was it. But that gave enough time for 120 to really shine out on top in that fight. Beautiful micro, beautiful aggression, great decision making. 120 now opting to go for a Necropolis in order to, well, Scroll of Town Portal and defend if necessary. However, with that said, I don't see a Scroll of Town Portal on the Undead army at all yet, as the Death Knight, well, is taking a little bit of this experience, since he's still at level 5. He's taking a third of the experience away from his, his brother in arms. Lich, now with Vampiric Aura, Tome, Mana Burn going down, Lich able to back away. Demon Hunter able to back away. Lich did not go for a Frost Nova there. More Obsidian statues joining back in as well. We are replacing that Abomination, as the Tree of Life is already down to 750 hit points and may take even more damage indeed. All right, where is that Pocket Factory? I don't see anything as of yet. Treants are trying to stop the mining here at this Haunted Gold Mine down to the south as we look into an engagement. A very gung-ho bear trying to dive on into that frontline spot. Bear going to get taken back home, as Abominations are joining in on the fight. Venom, surprisingly, as Hippogriffs are just getting webbed down here again. Hippogriff after Hippogriff is getting destroyed. Abomination going to be joining in on the battle here as the Goblin Tinker, well, still somehow surviving after all of those fights. Another big mana burn coming in as the Goblin Tinker finally gets up to level 4 and now trying to finish off some more of those units. Mana burn now onto the Obsidian statues. Demon Hunter in that frontline spot. Keeper of the Glove getting very close to level 6 as the Death Knight now trying to head back as well. Crypt Fiends turning around, trying to get in some damage, perhaps can focus down some of those Dryads easily, as well as the Destroyers are going after the Bears. And this is a situation where the right units are attacking the right enemy units consistently. Lich now at level 5 as the Goblin Tinker will get resurrected with that Ankh of Reincarnation. Needs to stick around here, otherwise that Goblin Tinker is going to come back in surrounded by a bunch of enemy units as the Dryads are falling. 41 supply compared to 61 and 120, and finally taking the lead here, but the Death Knight could get taken down. Death Knight down to 99 hit points. Going to go ahead and back away. Has a potion of mana. Could try and finish off some more units here. What's going on as the Death Knight? Well, Death Knight gets taken. Wow. Demon Hunter dives in to get the final shot on that Death Knight. Then Staff of Preservation in order to back away as this bear is going to end up, one more shot, get taken out as well. Beautiful, beautiful micro. That one final shot, that last execution, and now, well, Demon Hunter is sitting at level 6, and also, Demon Hunter is sitting at level 6. Are we going to perhaps be looking at Tranquility? Oh, Tranquility looks like it was about to be cast, but it wasn't actually yet, and the Goblin Tinker does, in fact, have a stun. With a stun on the table, are we going to see perhaps Rejuvenation getting devoured up? Yeah, Metamorphosis, Demon Hunter, Metamorphosis, Demon Hunter could actually get taken down. This is bad news indeed, as it has to try and retreat back once more. Goblin Tinker, well, Death Knight now back out here onto the battlefield, going to try and finish off some more of those units. Goblin Tinker now taken down instead. Death Knight does have a potion of mana. Is it going to try and finish off that one last bear? It does, in fact, do that. And, well, fight by the tavern is always a bit dangerous. Meanwhile, Metamorphosis, Demon Hunter, well, chasing after the Abomination. Death Knight, potion of mana, Death Coil. Okay, save your Abomination. It is high possibility there as the units are still trying to fight around. All right, there's Frost Armor onto that Lich. Demon Hunter trying to take it down here. Abomination trying to back away. Death Knight, come on, you have a potion of mana. You use the potion of mana. You use the potion of mana. No, you're not going to use the potion of mana? All right, there you are, turning back around, trying to fight back the other way. Death Knight, yeah, that's a potion of mana, right? All right, quick Rejuvenation. They're going to get taken down anyways, as the Death Knight, perhaps just a 120, not aware of the item that he has, didn't need to go through that song and dance number at all, as the units are now looking to back up. 53 supply compared to 58. Yeah, 53 supply compared to 58. Obsidian Statue is going to continue to try and heal back once more. Dryads, while taking quite a bit of damage. No armor with the Orb of Corruption moving much of that armor there. Death Coil finally coming online. Death Knight still having some mana, or still having that potion of mana, not opting to use it as it does get to level 6. All right, down goes that Tree of Life, and we are now looking at one base versus one base mining, but Colorful's expansion nearly mined out. Death Knight gets mana burned once more, still has that potion of mana, well, using it break in case of emergency, and well, it looks like there's been a couple of emergency situations already, but still has not been broken. Demon Hunter are going to go ahead, head around backside, going after that Lich down to 248 hit points, trying to back away. Death Knight still, well, Death Coil uses it in time and now backs away again. There's Tranquility being used to try and save up more of those units right there. Goblin Tinker perhaps out of mana, no easy stun whatsoever as this Obsidian Statue about to get taken down. All right, well, there's a Dark Ritual. Death Coil trying to save mana burn onto the Death Knight. Death Knight, however, already Death Coiled that Abomination, able to stay alive as the Obsidian Statue is purposely constantly moving back, and the Demon Hunter of Colorful just wants to get that Obsidian Statue and has not been able to do so. This game is a crazy micro battle going back and forth as 120 now makes a bit of a play back down south here. Goblin Tinker back out onto the battlefield. We're going to be seeing Hippogriffs trying to go after Destroyers. A couple of webs could make that fall short here in just a moment. Going into another engagement here, units are trying to retreat back. Well, a big mana burn onto the Goblin Tinker as the Tinker is just in that front line spot. Obsidian Statues well, somehow regenerating a little bit of hit points from Unholy Aura bonus, but that is about it. Level 3 Unholy Aura for faster natural regeneration during all times of the day. The Obsidian statues, you can see, are still healing up. 59 supply compared to 59 colorful. Still in this game as 120 now starting to fall behind here as the Goblin Tinker falls at level 4. New Obsidian statue now back out here onto the battlefield, and a new Metamorphosis. If the Demon Hunter can get to Metamorphosis again, that would greatly change the overall impact again. Tranquility on Colorful could heal up more units, but well, right now Colorful only has, well, no more seconds of mining as that gold mine stops its mining process. Colorful needs to close out this game, do some big effective damage. Staff of Preservation saving again as the Demon Hunter now pushing their way through. Demon Hunter gets up and, well, has has that chaos damage, finishes off the Death Knight, and 120 gives the GG. Colorful in the end wins, taking down that Death Knight at level 6 was the final nail in the coffin there. An absolute beautiful game. Hope you guys enjoyed all of the close plays and the high level of execution. Stay tuned for more Warcraft 3.